Hello! Happy Wednesday! Time for the Wednesday Live, and we're here for the second week of the Dilly Flower Sew Along too. I see a whole bunch of you already in the comments here on YouTube. Let me go and check that we're A-OK and live on Facebook. Give me one little second to take a peekaboo. Maybe this afternoon. Let's see. Oh, so we all know what to do already. Please go ahead and introduce yourself and share where you are joining us from. If this is your first time, you can already see, especially if you're joining us on YouTube, you'll see all the comments. I'm just gonna sneak on over to Facebook real quick, make sure we're streaming okay there. Let's see. Refresh screen, crossing my fingers. Let's see. Yes, I am there. There, live, live, live. Awesome. So I see a few people are joining us. If you are on Facebook, you're welcome to join us. You're welcome to join us on YouTube if you'd like. That way you can see all the other participants' comments and participate in the conversation. On YouTube here. So I'm gonna put the link inside Facebook. Da, 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 da. Hi, friend. I see you. Hold on. Let's see if your name shows up here. See also. Oh, okay. Well, Fran said hi again. Fran Carmen. Love that. Very smart. I'm gonna go ahead and like your comment. YouTube here. Let me put that link in. So you have the option to join us if you'd like. You don't have to. You can stay on Facebook if that's what you prefer. And Tracy's here too from Facebook, and I see Tracy's name because she already gave Ecamm Live permission. Fran, if you can do me a quickie boo, quick favor. I'm gonna let's see, where are you, Fran? I'm gonna reply to your comment. If you can give whoops. If you give Ecamm Live permission for me to see your name. Oh my god, now I keep on clicking on my live. Dang it. Hold on. Let's see. Oh my god. No. I keep on doing it for the third time. I'm gonna put the link in the comments, and that way you can see it says I'm broadcasting with Ecamm Live. Interact with the broadcast by granting Ecamm Live permission to see your name. So it's a link, you click on it, and then you just come back to the Facebook feed again. And so this is what it looks like. So this is where we are on YouTube. And this is the link to grant Ecamm Live permission for me to see your name. That way, Fran, I can see your name just like I can see Deborah's name. See, she's on Facebook. And I see Deborah's name here. And also Tracy, she gave Ecamm permission. So I see Tracy's name and she's joining us from Facebook as well. All right, so we got a lot of our regulars are here. Awesome sauce. And if you're new here, please let me know that you're new in the comments so we can welcome you here and uh, bring you into the EPP fold, right? Let's see. Did I miss anything? Oh, 72. Where is it? 72 degrees yesterday and below zero with wind chill today. Susan, that is just bonkers. Weather has been crazy, hasn't it? Yes, and if you could all do me a favor, hit the heart button, like button, or the little subscribe button. Where are you, on Facebook or YouTube? That actually helps other participants that missed that I'm going live, or other subscribers to see and get notification that something's going on. We're live now, right now, and that will they get notified and they can come and join us too. Let's see. Sunny Scotland. Oh, weather must be nice there, right? Woohoo! Love it. I think spring is in the air. All the trees have started to bloom already. It's the weirdest thing. Like it gets really cold at night and then now they're blooming. So I'm taking pictures. Like this is weird, but I'll take it. I love it. Okay. Oh, and Susan is new. Yay! Welcome. And then we have from Denmark. Hey from Denmark. Hey from California. Love it. So we have Mette and Hanne from Denmark. Love it. Where are my Swedish peeps at? Hello. Or Norwegians, right? So we got Denmark. I love it. They got Denmark, Norway. Norway's not here. Scotland. We got Belgium. Australia, I think. Any Aussies here today? Might be a little too early. I know Sasa's up late. Well, it's 8 o'clock at night, right? And Katrine, it's 8 or 9 for you too. Are you here, Katrine? So we got our Europeans here. Love All right. So this week we're gonna work on the Dilly Edge pieces. So they're a little different from other edge or finishing templates that you might have worked with previously if you didn't participate in the first Dilly Flower Sew Along or any of my other patterns where we have edge pieces that go with our matching rounded piece templates, right? So it's a slightly different process, but once you get the hang of it, it just like boom, just makes things so much easier. Oh, red buds are blooming in Georgia. Wait, what are red buds? Now I have to go and Google red buds. Oh, and Katrine says it's 9 o'clock where she is. Okay, so you and Zaza, you're an hour apart. Oh, I love that. Oh, oh, Nancy's joining us. Oh, you're visiting your aunt. Oh, she lives in New York too. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, see, yes, lots of songbirds. They're like going bonkers. Oh, and I saw the duck couple that I've been like following. Well, not following. I see them like every year, right? They were where in California there's California. I don't know if other states too. They have these big old storm drains where when we do have rains, like they like fill up like crazy, right? They're huge, like probably maybe 20 feet across, so they're big. So it's like a almost like a whole for our non US friends, it's like a whole road, but it's like a big dip where it collects all the storm water and whatnot, and the ducks were in there swimming. So that was really fun to see. Yeah, they weren't hanging out in the chlorinated swimming pool, which is not good for them. So I'm glad they found the water there. Let's see. So yes, we are gonna work on the Dilly Edge pieces today, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch the camera to my overhead camera. And I don't see myself on the English paper piecing page. Let me just refresh real quick. Okay, now it says I am live. There we go. We always gotta make sure it's streaming everywhere. All right. Okay, so let's switch the camera to my overhead. I'm gonna move my keyboard out of the way. I need a bigger desk. There we go. Switchy poo. So this is the Dilly Edge template, right? And then these are the papers for the Dilly Edge. Last week, oh, let me know. Do let me know. Were you able to finish one flower at least from last week? How did you all do with the flowers? They're not that hard once you start getting the hang of it, right? Like the whole curved part, it's much easier than you first might have thought when you first tried it. Let me know. Anyone got their dilly flowers done? How many? One, two, three, four. Where's Julie? Where's our dilly? Oh, there she is. Here's Julie, our dilly flower queen. So if you're not in the EPP Society yet, the free Facebook group I have, make sure you jump in there and look up Julie's name. That way you can see like a truckload of dilly flowers in all the sizes. So please do join us there. And if you don't know where the EPP Society is, do I have a link? Yes, I do. Today I decided I'm going to be smart and have my links ready so I can just copy paste them for you instead of having to type. Look at that. Ah. We're learning as we go, right? Making things easier. All right, so you should have finished at least one dilly flower last week so you can kind of see what the progress is as we're starting to work on the dilly edges this week. And if you finished one, we sewed, remember I told you to sew the bottom part, the connecting piece of the petal to the hexagon, all 6 of them first, and then come in and sew the connecting sides, right? That way you make sure they're lined up nice and pretty, and you got a pretty little dilly flower ready to go. So then we have our 6 dilly edge pieces. That's what you're going to need for each dilly flower. And if I just lay these out, and let's do this. Let's do that. There we go. Then you can see the dilly flower in the center of the dilly edge pieces here, right? Let's see. You hear my little Yorkie barking? Hold on. He's barking at something outside. Let's see. There we go. So the dilly flower is going to fit right in here, right? Boom, boom. Like so. have to erase the comment so you can see like that. So let's go ahead and baste it. So you have an option of working with either templates or no templates, just eyeballing. Definitely your choice. But I'm going to just take a piece of contrasting fabric here just so it's easy for you to see. And I'm just using good old regular Elmer's purple school glue. Someone asked in the EPP Society if they could use the clear one. Same concept. You can definitely use the clear glue too. The purple is just because it's easier to see because it has a color, right? But I switch off between the clear and the purple all the time. You're totally okay. So I'm just going to glue a little on the back. You don't need to put this much. Remember, I'm just putting a lot so you can see what I'm doing here on camera. So do as I say, not as I do. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go grab my little rascal. 1 second. Okay. I tell him nappy time like he's gonna listen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and eyeball this one. And now that I have the glue on top of there, I glued it and I can just go around and cut. And I would recommend cutting these out with scissors because you're just gonna get more precision that way. Or you're gonna need the smallest rotary cutter to get in the curve there. But I think you'll end up saving yourself a lot of time just grabbing a nice pair of sharp scissors and cutting around. And then you come in here. And let me show you how to use the template too. So this one still has the protective paper covering on it, but you would definitely remove that just using a friction pen. And let's line it up this way. So you don't want to go into the selvage because that's not gonna work, not gonna give you flexibility. So we stay away from the selvage. I'm just gonna be a little away from the edge so I don't get all that fraying thread to mess with. So like that. So I traced around it. Oops, can you see? Let me do a little bit darker. Draw a little extra. Oh, can I show you something exciting that I bought over the weekend? It just making me giddy happy. It's so silly, but it's just making me really happy. Can you guess what it is? Any guesses? What I bought? There we go. And now that I traced it, I can just follow along and cut my tracing lines. I do love my acrylic templates because I can actually draw them so that they're snug and I'm not wasting any fabric, right? So I'm very fabric frugal, I guess. It's just part of my upbringing. Waste not, want not, right? Or is that the same? And now I can cut that perfect little round curve. Okay, there we go. Wait, you can't see? Hold on, let's see. What? Hold on, 1 second. Let me figure out what's going on. What is going on here? It's telling me. Oh, doi back to. Now do you see? Can you see now? That was weird. Yeah, it switched to preview mode. Honk honk. Oh, I love that. Can you switch? Can you see now? Deb says no. There's a little lag, so I'm gonna wait. Can you see? Oh, that was so weird. It just switched the camera for just as a preview for me. That was really odd. There must have been an update that I wasn't aware of. Okay. Hallelujah. Okay, we can see. Ah! Wait, so where where did we not see? Where did it stop? Where was it not showing? Oh, that was the weirdest thing. Okay, well, let me go back. Dun dun dun. Why not? Did you see the tracing part? No? Yes? Okay. Let me go back. I'll back up. So basically, I just laid out. So you're gonna need 6 Dilly Edge pieces, right? So this one, I can undo it. So this is what I used right there. So these 6 Dilly Edges for 1 Dilly flower, right? Like so. Okay. Oh yeah, so I'm going back to the beginning. Yeah. So you need 6 Dilly Edges for each Dilly flower. All right. So then now I just take a little glue. You don't need to put this much, and this is just Elmer's washable school glue. I like to use the purple because I can see where I place the glue, but you can definitely use the clear one too. So I like to switch out between the two, and do not put this much. It's just for you to see on camera. You only really need a little dab like that, okay? So you don't need to put this much because see, then it'll get stuck. Like I got my paper stuck here because I put too much. But this is just for demo purposes. Put a little dab of glue on the back and then just cut it out. So you can totally eyeball this whole area, right? And then if you have the acrylic templates, they'll come in super handy. I'm going to go back and do this one. I can go ahead and trace it there like so. I'm just using a friction pen because these are just my cut lines and I don't have to worry about the friction pen showing up when it gets super duper cold here in sunny warm California. I'm just drawing it extra thick so you'll see like that. So I traced it. And this acrylic template has 3/8 of a seam allowance. I do prefer 1/4 inch seam allowance, but it's definitely your preference. And you can find both in the shop. My Etsy shop has all the paper pieces and acrylic templates. And then we just use super sharp scissors to cut this out. And I do prefer using scissors over rotary cutters because you're going to need the tiniest one and it won't get quite as smooth. I think you get better results just going in there with the pair of nice sharp scissors. There we go. Boom. And it's all cut out. There we go. Ready? And now I can squish those to the side to put a little glue and put it on top. We'll center that. Ooh, and Nancy bought Sew Line pencils in several colors this week. Okay, so the thing that got me super duper excited this weekend. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. It's super silly, so don't laugh, okay? But it just made me giddy excited, like the little schoolgirl, like when you got new school supplies. Ta-da! Look all the colors. So it's a 32 count Sharpie pack. So actually I went to Costco over the weekend and I picked these up and I was like, oh my god, they're just heaven. Look at all the pretty colors. Yeah, so this is what got me super excited. Anyone else get excited over pretty markers or coloring pencils in all the colors? Yeah, and Soul Line pencils, that's a good excuse to get super excited too, Nancy. Love it. So the basting order on these Dilly Edge templates, make sure you pay close attention. So I'm going to put this on too. So we're going to repeat it a few times. So if you're looking somewhere else, make sure you come back here and pay. Just this step is super important. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense later. So number one is that we're not going to cut and snip and baste the rounded part. Okay? Do not baste and cut these. Yes, Zaza. Look at all the pretty pink ones. Like you can find these individual. It's like the only thing that's annoying is that they always sell these in packs. I would just want a few colors, but then, hey, it was an excuse to buy all the colors, right? Okay, one of the perks of adulthood, you can buy all the markers you want. No one can tell you no. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue the side here. And this is another reason why thread basting might be a little more difficult versus glue basting. But thread basting is doable still. You're just going to have to anchor your basting thread here in the corner as you're going around because you don't want to baste the rounded part. So let me put a big fat X here. We're not going to baste the rounded part. And so I'm going to do my sides. So do your sides first. And glue, we want to try to stay away from the edge, right? Like so. And I like to put glue all the way on my fabric and over on the end here too, into the seam allowance. That way when you fold it over, you won't have this flapping around and this edge here stays put too. And then one more time. Put glue on the fabric too. One of the perks of washable glue is that it'll wash out anyways. Oh, and then I got a little rant coming. Well, not a rant. So I see a lot of comments saying that don't use glue on your fabrics. I say make a decision. The project you're making, how many centuries do you want it to last? Let me know in the comments. How many centuries do you want your project to last? Let me know. I want to know how many centuries do you want your project to last? So we're going to baste the sides. Like so. And come up here. I am curious to know how many centuries do you want your EPP projects to last? And again, side, side. Remember, I'm not basting the rounded part. Just leave that be. Side, top, and top. I'm going to write the basting order. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like so. We have it right there. Oh, see, like Facebook user says 100 years. Tony says only 1 century. No one will remember me after that. Susan says forever. And Salsa, it's like people who say you can't use polyester thread. We're not in the 50s anymore. And Nancy says, yeah, I don't think it matters after I'm gone. I want my project, unless it's a wall decoration or, yeah, a wall hanging, that I want it to be used and washed. So I'm not concerned about it. You know, honestly, I don't think any of my projects going to last way past after I'm gone, right? So I'm not expecting it to last 2, 3, 400, 500 years. I mean, it's fabric. It's going to disintegrate at some point anyways, right? So if you're worried that the glue is going to damage your project and make it disintegrate faster than in 200, 300 years, then use thread. If you're expecting to make a project that you want someone to use, let's say you're making a quilt, right? Glue is fine. It's going to wash out. Your project will not disintegrate in the next 50 years unless you're like pour acid on it or something, right? So I don't think you have to worry too much honestly about using glue on your projects. They're gonna be washed, they're gonna be used, and I'd rather have someone use and love my projects that I make, EPP or machine quilted or whatnot, rather than it's being a project that's behind glass and no one can touch. And I want it to be in a museum in 200-300 years, then yeah, that's a whole different issue, right? So weigh your options. Yeah, don't feel like, oh, if I use glue, this project is not gonna last for 1,000 years. Probably not gonna last 1,000 years even with fabric basting, right? So just experiment, and don't feel like you have to hold back from trying glue. That's all I'm trying to say. Totally okay. All right, okay. So I got three of my pieces basted. See how quick that was? Super fast, right? And Kayla always reminds me, cap your glue, Elise. Yes. So I capped it. Yes, Sasa, she understands what I mean. I want my quilts to be worn out from use. To me, that means the recipient loves it. Yeah, right. And I hear so many horror stories of people finding quilts in like thrift shops, and they buy them for $2-3, and someone tossed it out, and it's like, well, yeah. I mean, I'd rather have someone use it than it's just going in the trash or just sitting locked up in a box where it's just, yeah, not gonna be that fun. No, for no one. It's not gonna be there for anyone to enjoy. I'd rather have people enjoy it. Oh, Tony has her great grandmother's uh, uh, grandmother's flower garden quilt. Wow, I remember her. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, and M says, all the centuries. My work is amazing and should be appreciated forever. I think that's where photos come into place. Yeah, it's also nice. Yes, and Susan says, me too. I want the quilts I give away to be used up. Yeah, I'd rather people have loving it, using it, and it's my little fabric hug that I send away to them, right? The finished quilt. So I'd rather have them use it and then not just hidden away in a box somewhere. Yes, the grandkids and pets will destroy it before that. Absolutely. Yeah, I even make my dogs quilts. Yeah, yeah. So they each got their own mini quilts, and they do their little digging thing, and so it's worn out in spots, but hey, they're loving their own quilts. And that's, I think, more important. Yeah. Ooh. Right? Yeah. Sasa says the quilt that survived were never used and haven't seen the light of day. Yeah, it's so sad because there's so much work that went into it. I'd rather it be used and worn out. Love it, love it, love it. So that's why I say always experiment with glue and thread. There's no wrong and there's no right, right? Just have fun. Uh it right? Those 32 packs, yeah, can't go wrong. And it would make me happy too. So like Christine said, yes, like, oh yes, stationery is a weakness of mine too, Laura. I go into stationery store, I'm not coming out. Just leave me be. We should go together. We can just go hang out there. I just give me coffee and a pastry in the stationery store, and I'll be very happy. Yeah, any form of stationery, and like snail mail, right? Do you remember snail mail? Everyone here remembers snail mail? Like you never get good snail mail anymore. It's so sad. I miss snail mail. I can't even say it. All right, so I got 3 pieces out of 6. I'm gonna take my thread, and just like last week, I'm using this one. I'm excited about it, about the 8-point thread coming out from Orifil, the hand quilting thread. I'm excited to see how that goes. The colors. Did you guys see the announcement from Orifil? I would love to see that. But we're not hand quilting yet. Right now, we're gonna sew our pieces together, and this is the thread I'm using. It's 100% polyester. It's super fine, and it just glides through your fabric. Can see how thin it is here, right? But I do love Orifil 50 weight thread too, which is really nice for sewing your fabrics together. And that is all cotton thread. So if you prefer cotton, use Orifil. And I think Gutermann has 100% cotton thread too for quilting, but it might be a little too thick. So definitely experiment with your threads too. Unlike this polyester thread, because it's super duper thin and super duper strong. So I got the white and I got a grayish color here too for my darker fabrics. I'm just going to use the white. It's Superior Threads Bottom Line 60 weight thread, and this color I'm using natural white number 624. And you can find it on Amazon. Most quilt shops have it, and if you go to any quilt shows, they'll have those vendors that sell the thread there too. So now I got two of my edge pieces right size together. What you want to pay attention lining up your pieces is the top edge. You don't have to worry about lining up the tips here. That's not the focal point. You want to make sure you line up the corners here at the top. So the sides line up and the corners and the sides here line up. Top sides and the sides, right? And I'm going to actually start sewing from the top here so you can see what I'm talking about. And we're going to do 2 stitches in the corner and wrap the thread around the needle and secure it. So I got it knotted. It's stuck like so. Pull it. It's okay. And then we keep on going. And I'm using a size 11 milliner's needle. And someone asked in the Facebook group, when are you supposed to switch out needles? I switch it out when I break one. And I tend to bend my milliner's needle. They end up looking curved, like not quite as sharp as fishhooks, but they become bendy like this, right? And now I lost my thread. So once it snaps, I usually switch my needles out. But I think the more you go through the paper, that's when you'll feel the needle not sewing through the fabric as smoothly. That's the time you might want to switch out a needle too. It should go through very smoothly through your fabric. Got stuck. And key is also you want to make sure you pull it through so it's snug after you sew through the fabrics, right? If you just pull the needle through like so and just do a loose stitch, oh, there we go, focus. See how it's not pulling the edge of the fabrics together because I didn't pull it yet, but notice when I pull it, it closes the gap. This thread is very strong, so don't be afraid of giving it a little tug after each stitch. So don't just go loosely like this. That's probably when you'll end up with gaps between your stitches. Don't just leave it loosely. Give it a little tug. Tuggy tug. We wiggle wiggle and we tug tug. Let's see. Very good. And now as I come to the end where the tip is, I'm going to mark it just so you can see. This is where my tip is. You'll feel it with your fingertips or your nail. You feel the tip of the paper right there. So that's where you're going to stop. So let me keep on going. And I am now at the tip of the paper. So I'm going to do a second stitch and secure the stitch line with the knot and pull it through. So now I got my first side. So make sure you align the tops and the sides. Let me go ahead and bury the thread. You can go ahead and bury it in your seam allowance here. Oops. And then we make sure to knot the end again. And I can take my next piece, right sides together. And I'm making sure that my top sides and the connecting sides are lined up. I don't have to worry about the bottom. That's not my main concern. and I feel the tip is right there. So you can also start stitching from this end if you want. Definitely matter of personal choice. I'm gonna make sure I'm still showing on camera. Okay. I need like a little alarm bell, like boing boing, when I'm not showing. Let's see. There we go. Yes, and we have all our experienced Dilly flower makers helping out in the comments. Thank you so much. And we keep on going up, up, up. And once I come to the end here, I try, see how we have the extra seam allowance here? The part that was folded over. I try not to stitch through it because that's a whole bunch of layers, right? So I try just to go through the fabric that's actually wrapping the paper only. Oh my god, now my Yorkie is like snoring away. Do you hear him? Oh my gosh. I love it. It's too quiet when he's not snoring away. Okay, and once I get to the corner, 2 stitches and wrap around the second stitch to secure it with the knot. So now I got 3 out of the 6 edges sewn together. How are we doing on time? Okay. That big old snafu in the beginning. That was weird. How the camera wasn't showing. Hide that. And remember, key point is that you do not want to baste the bottom. Do not baste the bottom. Just leave it open, okay? Leave these open. So you can see I did not baste it. My fingers can go in right here at the bottom. That is the whole key to making these dilly edges. I'm actually gonna loosen it up from the paper since holy moly, I did use a lot. Woo! Like so. So my fingers go in there. So I'm gonna show you one where I finished all 6 edge pieces. So this is a pin dot, gray pin dot on white. And you can see through, that's where the seam allowance is, right? And I did not baste that to the paper. And you can see my fingers go in right there. Not basted. So do not baste the rounded part. So which part do we not baste? Let's see. Let's see if I missed anything. Oh, Hannah says, I use Gutermann cotton thread 50. Oh, works great for me. Oh, I think maybe, yeah, I just haven't seen 50 weight cotton thread here. I find it very hard to find Gutermann cotton thread. I only seen polyester. So yeah, it probably might be country dependent too. So definitely look around. Nancy uses neutral thread. Ooh, and Tony's using silk thread, and she made a baby blanket, and it didn't fall to pieces when I washed it, so I'm sticking with the silk. Oh, that's so cool. I have yet to try silk thread. Oh, yes, that's so cool. Let's see here. Yes, Zaza got it. Do not baste the round part. So I'm just gonna say it again. Do not baste the round part. Leave that open. Let's see. Do I have any other piece here to show that off? Hold on. Let's see. Yes. So do not baste the rounded part. Leave it open and sew all 6 together into a Dilly Edge frame like this. So that's your homework for next week. Do at least 1 or as many as you'd like, but at least 1 so you can follow along next week when we sew the actual flowers to the edge like this. So you get a combo. So yeah, one combination. Dun-dun. And the nice part about this is that once you sew these two together, right? They become one. Is that you don't have to go back and cut the background fabric out. What I mean by that is a lot of times when you do traditional applique is that you would actually just sew this onto background fabric like this. And then once it's sewn together, you have to come in here and sew away, cut away this excess to either remove the papers, or if you're leaving something that's leave-in, fusible, whatnot, then you wouldn't. But logic is that there's a whole lot of extra bulk with the extra fabric that you're appliquing your piece to, right? So that's why a lot of people like to come back and cut out the excess. But with this method, you're not gonna have to come back in and remove any fabric in the back. Everything will be ready to pop out once you're ready. So this have been combined, and yours will look like this for next week when we'll be sewing the flower and edge together. Let me see if there's any questions in the comments. And if you want to skip ahead, there's the videos from 2 years ago, the Dilly Flower Sew Along that we did 2 years ago. You can go and scroll through those if you want to skip ahead to the next part. But if you want to just do it together, then yeah, just wait for next week and have one flower at least and one completed Dilly Edge frame done. So I'm making 1 inch Dilly flowers. This is a 1 inch, and this is the edge for a 3/4 inch. And the pink ones are the 1 inch Dilly edges that go with the 1 inch flowers. Let's see. Kathy says, I've used Gutermann and Sim thread, but once I tried Orifil, there's been no going back. Oh, I don't even need beeswax wood, but that's my preference. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Love it. Oh, so Gutermann is the most common thread here. It's the ones all the shops stock. Oh, that's good to know. Oh, yeah. So I think it's thread is very country dependent and location dependent too. What's easier for you to find? If it's hard to find Orifil, then yeah, don't stress about it. Just use Gutermann. It's thread, right? Don't be like, oh my god, I did find some online shop to buy from. No, no, no. You're good with your Gutermann thread. Let's see. Let me scroll up. Who's this? It sounds like you're an EPP rebel. We should have a t-shirt for that. EPP rebels. Making EPP cool. I love it. Let's see. Yes. Tracy says, let it be used. You can patch up as it wears out. LOL. Yes. Yeah. Remember back in the days when we I don't know about you, but like if I had jeans and I fell and I got a hole, my mom would slap a patch on it. And like all the kids had patched jeans, right? On our elbows and knees because we would fall and play and fall and wear out those spots the most. So yeah, that's totally fine. Uh, And M says, I've been doing my hold it in place gluing in an arch just above the bottom, giving me a little more firmness when I sew the flowers. Yes, love it, love it. Yes, you can do that. And Julie asked, Are you doing a 2-inch edge? Am I as a demo, or is that what you're asking, Julie? Or as a pre-cut? Oh my god, like they're humongous. They're like huge. Like, I'm not kidding, they're big. Let's see here. I think I got all the questions. If I missed your questions, my apologies. I'm trying to scroll up to see if I saw anything. But I think all the other members here have been helping out too in the comments. So, oh my god, Nancy, I love that. I had a couple of quotes from one of my aunts that I used until parts became threadbare. Oh, I love it. That means you just loved it to pieces, right? Yeah. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Julie made a huge quilt for her niece with her baby clothes. All took 2 years, but had a throw and 4 pillows to go with that, and she loves them. Oh my god, isn't that so awesome? I love it, love it. Uh, let's see. Oh, I think we did really good on questions today. Uh, oh, you need to let us see 2-inch edges even if you don't use them. Oh my gosh, I I drafted them, so look out for an email. Dun dun dun. But yeah, they're big, like big. You should see the 3-inch ones. They're big. Oh, let's see. All right. So is everybody good for next week? You know your what the homework is? So 6 Dilly Edge pieces into a frame like this, like so, like that. I'm just using a smaller version as a demo so I can show you here on screen. The 1 inch is a little big. So this is what it would look like when you sew all 6 pieces together. And do make sure we're not basting the rounded part here. And next week, I'll show you if this not being attached is a little tricky. I'll show you what you can do next week. But you should be okay. A-okay. Like M says, too, yes, you can. If you feel like it's too flimsy, put a little bit of glue here on the edge so it stays put. But yeah, you shouldn't need to. But if that helps, try it. I did that in the beginning when I first play with this method or technique, just to give me a little more stability. That's definitely a-okay to use. So what she's meaning, so it makes sense. So I put a little glue here just to put it into place, hold it in place, like so. Like that, right? But what you can do is put a little glue here too on the inside. Not a lot, just very, very lightly. And then you have a little more stability here in this edge, which is this curved part here, right? So it's not just open. It's actually sticking to the paper, giving you a little more stability. So you can definitely do it that way. But remember, very, very light glue. This is purple. It should be very light where you don't see it much. Okay? Do not put it like this. Don't need to. Just very lightly. Okay? Little does go a long way with this glue. Let's see. Okay, Nancy, see you next week. So, if you're not in the EPP Society, do jump in there. You can continue asking questions if you're watching this on the replay. And if you're just joining us, this is the second week of the Dilly Flower Sew Along. So it's not too late to join in if you want to make some Dilly flowers with us. And you can grab the paper pieces and acrylic templates in my Etsy shop here. Let me share that. I'm sharing the link. Here we go. Oh, I have this whole fancy setup. Dun, dun, dun. The ticker. Dun, dun. So you can go to my Etsy shop if you need paper pieces or acrylic templates. And if you prefer the digital download, go to my my Shopify store. And we can find the digital downloads there over here. So different ticker. Dun, dun, dun. And if you're kind of like, not sure if EPP is my thing, I don't know, like if I want to jump in, looks too complicated, or I just want to give it a try first, then go ahead and sign up for the free Hexagon Flower Sew Along, which you can do on my website. And then you can download free hexagon templates that you can cut out on cardstock and coloring pages to get you started and kind of dip into EPP a little bit. And not a whole lot of investment there. Just you need some paper and some fabric. I'm sure if you are a crafty person, you have some fabric laying around, or just cut up a nice, shirt of your husband's maybe or partner. They're like, oh, I like that fabric. Let me cut it up. And just try it that way. So you're welcome to do that. And let's see, is there anything I'm missing? Oh, don't forget the Lucky Charm Clover sale is ending tomorrow, which is this is the leap year, right? So on the 29th of February is the last 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So that's 3 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT. That's when the Lucky Charm Clover sale ends in my shop. And the sale is automatically applied to all the Lucky Charm pieces already. And that is in my Etsy shop. So make sure you grab your goodies there. And if there's no questions, I will see you all next week. Wait, oh yeah, I will see you all next week. And any follow up questions, please jump into the Facebook group, and we'll be more than happy to all help you out there. And I will see you all next week. Bye.